30 years ago, I began experimenting with crystallization in order to find a method of photographing crystals. To do this, I set up a crystal laboratory with lots of chemicals and photographic equipment here in my little scullery. Here I also keep an old wooden box containing my crystal paraphernalia. When the cleaned glass plates are entirely free of dust, I drip various chemical solutions onto them and mix them. These solutions could be anything from tartaric acid, fixing salt, and ferric cyanide to a couple of drops of ordinary household vinegar. The possible combinations are many, and the subsequent crystallizations will always vary, nature never making entirely identical forms. Even snowflakes differ slightly one from another. After a while, the chemicals dry, forming beautiful patterns that often resemble ice ferns on a frozen window pane. Since I could not afford an expensive polarizing microscope and a special camera, I had to piece together my photographic equipment myself. My first homemade lens system consisted of a meter-long plastic water pipe. Some second-hand lenses were glued to the inside of the pipe, which was attached to an old camera with bits and pieces from a lamp. I have since acquired a handier and more reliable camera. I often magnify the image as much as 30 times, since the motif on the glass plate is no bigger than the head of a matchstick. By refracting the light through two polarizing filters, the colors change. The transparent crystals take on the colors of the rainbow. Most of the substances on Earth are crystals, but of these, only a few are suitable for making abstract pictures. I have had most success with the modest group of so-called doubly refractive crystals. I am still fascinated by the geometrical shapes and regular structures of every type of crystal. The experiments with mixing the compounds demand meticulous bookkeeping with exact specifications of how many drops of one chemical or another were used. I need this for my continued research, since only 2 or 3 out of 100 attempts provide satisfactory results for the production of a picture. And this is why all my experiments are written down in the minutest detail, so that I always have a clear overview of the entire process. Since the crystal patterns themselves are created by nature, I cannot influence the shaping of the pictures in the way that a painter can with his brush. Instead, I have an infinite number of potential motifs. My most important contribution is in choosing the best segments, the ones that create harmony in line and form, and that produce optimal color effect. In his fairy tale A Drop of Water, Hans Christian Andersen tells us about all the tiny wriggling creatures that hide in a drop of ditch water. If he had known about the incredible symphony of colors and strange, fabulous figures that lie hidden in chemical solutions, he would surely have found material for new fairy tales.